Hello and welcome to CloudFolks HUB. My name is Bhavesh Atara. Again, I am inside ECS console and I am creating new cluster. While we are creating new ECS cluster, we have so many options related to the infrastructure setup. Out of them, we discuss about Fargate and Fargate Sport. I also explain you that what happens if you are going to select EC2 instances during your cluster creation. It is going to create auto scaling group automatically and the entire process will be very smooth. Then there is some cases like I'm just creating this cluster without adding any EC2 instances. Now I want to add instances after creating cluster. Can I do this? Yes, you can add individual EC2 instance or you can create your own auto scaling group and you can add them or register this auto scaling group with the ECS cluster. Now how to add individual EC2 instance that we already discussed. In this video, we are going to discuss about how we can create auto scaling group manually and register this auto scaling group with our ECS cluster. It is also very important for you to understand that why we need to register our auto scaling group with ECS. We are going to discuss about all of this with practical in this video. So let's start. Now, I have my cluster and if you look at the infrastructure capacity provider, I have only Fargate. I want to add auto scaling group here. I want to register my auto scaling group with this particular ECS cluster, right? Now, we have to go with the step-by-step process. The first process is you need to create IAM role. In previous video, we already discussed about this role as well, that in AWS, when we are going to register our EC2 instance with ECS, EC2 instance must have permission to register itself with ECS. For this, we have to set up IAM role. Now, if you don't have IAM role, you can go to the IAM. Then here, you can go to the roles and you can find out this role, right? Now, I am getting it because in the previous video, you already completed the entire process. But if you don't have this, you have to create this role and I recommend you to provide the same name ECS instance role. So find out this. If you have, no need to worry about this. You can go to the next step. If you don't have, you can click on create role from here and then you can set up this role. So setting up the role is the first requirement, right? So I have this, so no need to worry. I am going to the next step. Now in the next step, we need to create launch template. As you know that with auto scaling, it is compulsory for us to set up launch template. How I can do this? I can go to the EC2. Now here I have option launch templates. Let me click on create launch templates. Now when we are going to create launch template, we need to provide name. I recommended you to provide same name as my because then when we are going to referencing same name, it will be easy for you to understand. Right, we don't want to go with the versioning or anything. Here, I need to select AMI. As you know that we are actually creating this auto scaling group for ECS. So I have to add ECS optimize, right? So I'm going to search. Okay. So here we need to select AWS, Amazon Web Service, and this is the same that we use in the previous as well. So I'm going to select this. Don't worry if you are using with T2 Micro, it is completely free, part of a free tier account, right? So just click on subscribe now. Now this will be in the main wizard. So I'm getting it. Now keep this in mind when we are actually using this AMI, it is by default selecting instance type M5 large which is chargeable. So we want to go with the free option, so I'm going to choose T2 micro. Now we have to select key pair for our launch template. If you don't have existing key pair, you can create new key pair. I have this, so I'm just going to use. Now here we have a subnet. We are not going to touch anything related to the subnet right now because we can verify or we can set up this during our auto scaling group creation as well. Here in the security group, we can add security rule as well. So if you want to add, you can, like port number 80, but I'm not going to do this right now because right now it is not compulsory for us. Okay. Now the most important part, which is actually very important, because if you forget this, then you are not able to connect your instances with our ECS cluster. So you have to go to the advanced detail. Then here we have IAM instance profile. You need to select this particular role that we have created in the step 1, right? This is done. Now you have to scroll down and here you will have user data. In the previous video, I created EC2 instance manually. Once instance was ready, I logged into the instance and then I changed one file. If you remember, the file name is etc ecs ecs.config and I added this detail. Now it was manual process. We created instance manually, access this, and then we modified this file. Here we want that instance will be created automatically through the auto scaling group. Now in this case, we want automation and we want to add name of our cluster into this file automatically. So that's why I'm using user data, right? So I'm going to copy this, Control C, Control V. Now here, we just need to change our cluster name. If you look at here in the ECS, the cluster name is my cluster. So let me add this. Right? So it is my cluster. Let me verify this once again. My cluster, and I just added this. Okay. This is very important part. Don't delete this because this is going to add entry into the ecs.config file. Okay. Let me click on create launch template. Now my template is ready. Now using this template, I have to create auto scaling group. Okay. So here we have the entire step to set up auto scaling group. I'm not going to switch over in between. I'm just going to copy name, but otherwise whatever steps I am performing, you can find out here, because I want you to watch video first, then perform lab using all these steps. Okay. So now let's go to the auto scaling group. Now here I don't have any auto scaling group, so I'm going to create this, create auto scaling group. Here I'm going to assign name, ECS ASG. Here we have to select launch template created in previous step. We don't need to touch any version or anything. Next, here we need to select our VPC. Now I'm working with the default VPC, so I'm just going to choose this. But here I'm going to choose two subnets, AP South 1A and B. I'm not choosing AP South 1C. Reason is in India, free instances are actually not supported in AP South 1C. It may, throw some errors. So that's why for surety, I'm just going to use A and B. You don't need to touch anything over here. We don't need to touch in this particular screen. Now here, how many instances you want? I'm saying that desired capacity, I want 1, and maximum capacity, I'm just going to set up 2 because I want to provide you some detail about how it is going to register our EC2 instance. So I'm just going to make it 2. Now, no need to touch anything. Let's go with the next, and our auto scaling group is ready. Right now, according to my desired capacity, I want 1 instance, right? So definitely EC2 will create 1 EC2 instance for me. So what we are doing, going to the dashboard here, we are going to find out that how many instances are running. Right now, Look at this. It is refreshed and I am getting one particular EC2 instance, right? Now, this EC2 instance having a IAM role attached, which is ECS instance role, and we also having this file entry. So this instance will register itself automatically with ECS. So it will be visible to us into the ECS cluster. So let's verify this. The instance ID is 18FF. Let me go to the cluster. Here we are already in the infrastructure. And now look at this. I'm getting this instance. And if you look at the instance ID, it is 8FF and the status is active, right? So right now, I have my EC2 instance available and it is in active state as well. But our lab is not over yet. We don't want to register our instance to the ECS only. We have to go with the next step. And the next step is,
Sorry to interrupt you. I know you guys are enjoying our video a lot, because our final ultimate goal is Solution Architect Certification exam. To reach the destination, we required full videos. Path number 1, our 6-in-1 program. Our 6-in-1 program include all prerequisite skills which is needed as a cloud engineer. It include 24/7 support, lifetime update, section-wise practice test, full course practice test with tips and tricks by Bhavesh Atara, how to do exam preparation course, weekly lifetime live session with Bhavesh Atara, and 6 AWS project with documents. Path number 2, you can enroll by paying 499 and get Hindi and English, both the languages, videos of AWS. The choice is yours how to create your success story by choosing best one. Best of luck. Thank you.